Physical education activity has a range of health benefits that help with the quality of life. It helps control and maintain weight. Taking part in 150 minutes of moderate activity each week can help maintain your weight and possibly help lose weight. This can be done from 2 PE lessons a week and going to after school clubs. It also gives a better mentality for later life to keep you taking part in regular exercise. Regular physical activity education helps reduce your chance of getting cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, some cancers like breast and lung, stronger bones, better mental health, and it can help change your mood. Regular exercise can help you get better sleep, reduce depression risk, and improve your way of thinking and learning. With exercise and physical education comes longer living and better day-to-day life.
Physical education has led to a £20.3 billion investment into the economy due to participation. So that's with people being educated on it and want to step part, so they've more money. The sector has contributed to 400,000 full-time jobs, which accounts for 2.3% of jobs in the UK. To combat the obesity issues, there was £5 billion spent to diet or physical inactivity. That's a number that wouldn't have to be spent if people were educated on what they're actually on the physical state in the body and how to improve themselves. NHS cost of this is £2 billion, and that's projected to be £10 billion by 2050. And then it's a country impact of 49.9 billion. There's a few simple ways of redeeming that. It's like in 2007, cycling in England calculated that if by 2015 the number of cycling trips increased by 20%, over £500 million could be saved. So if you educate people on that, they're going to try to do it, save money for everyone, and use it for better benefit of the country. The physical inactivity is costing the UK £1.7 billion a year on average. The value of sport and recreation to the UK economy is enormous. The sport economy alone contributes over £6 billion to the treasury every year. That means for every £1 the government invests into sport, it gets £5 back, which is quite decent.
Right, due to physical education promoting health, fitness and well-being within schools, students are becoming more social and gaining more confidence, whether it's on their own or with the team games, and that was from Striker in 2013. It also states that happiness comes through a chemical called dopamine, which gets injected into your brain from physical exercise. Yeah, and it creates pleasure and happiness. Physical education brings students with different skills, abilities together to join in with individual and team activities, create social groups in and out of schools, like joining on some team. High school students are more likely to get involved more out of school due to being more aware of this environmental situations and stuff. It also reduces crime rate in certain areas and helps build community cohesion, essentially creating potential career opportunities for individuals in budding sports and communities. There is loads of negatives. Physical education causes bullying. If someone's not up to task, not as good as someone else, they'll always maybe get picked on or get picked on. So according to Cardinal, a survey of 293 students about recollections from their childhood or youth physical education and sport experience revealed that participants who had been picked or chosen last for a team had a significant reduction in physical activity later on in life. So it had a massive effect on being picked last. I know that from it.
Right, we'll start off with just a few quotes which we've took from Key Nielsen's book, The Value of Physical Education and Health in the School Programme. So, good health is essential to normal development and normal functioning. Health education and health protection is a definitive function for public schools. Physical education has health values. It stimulates growth, which is vital for a growing child. Physical education activities bulk large in the determination of whether a child is going to learn to be selfish or social, morose or genial, individualistic or cooperative, cheat or a good sportsman. The educational contribution of physical education programme is reason enough for making physical education a required part of our school programme. So they're just some quotes. A few statistics. Over 1.3 million GCSE graduates earn less than the average wage for someone educated to enable A-level standards. Obviously that shows that that extra one step in further education has an ongoing effect on how much you earn in later life. 20% of GCSE graduates are earning £9.92 per hour, which is less than the median wage of £10 an hour for those again that are educated to any level standards. So that backs up that same point. The Office for National Statistics states that 1.34 million GCSE graduates make up 20% of the lower earning people in this country. And over the last 17 years, the percentage of the UK population with a degree has more than doubled from 12% in 1993 to 25% in 2010. So obviously that shows that not just physical education but the sport and leisure industry is growing massively and there's becoming a bigger demand for people in these jobs. Some more statistics, you want to do them, guys?
Yes, I can do, yeah. People that get more qualifications, you can see that they earn more money. So people that get degrees back in 1993, they were earning around, the average was about £10.29 an hour. And you compare that just leaving school at GCSEs, 95% increase in what they were earning. People at GCSE back in 1993 were only getting £5.29 an hour. Then you compare that to 2010 as well, people getting degrees were now about £16 an hour, which is again an 85% difference from just leaving school at GCSEs. So you can see the more qualifications you get, the more you're going to earn in your life. There was a study done by HSBC, which is Value Education. 79% of parents see undergraduate degree or higher qualification essential to their child achieving important goals in their life, and 50% think postgraduate degree is necessary. 58% of parents think that university education offers value for money, and 83% of parents have specific occupation in mind for their child. So if they think what the child wants to do, it's going to involve pushing them more, getting a better degree.
So I've got a bit on how the education system impacts economic growth. So I've got Wolf 2002 states that the US have an appalling school system, however appears to do well economically. She asserts that our country over-educates due to the terms of producing so many graduates, but also goes on to say that the rise in higher education in the past 15 years has been fuelled by young people being extremely optimistic about their chances at life and generally believing good things happening. So this means that degrees are perceived by young people as a good way to get a good shot at life. I've got Kelly et al. 2012, who was a part of Universities UK, explained that higher education makes a fundamentally important difference to individuals through improved life opportunities to the economy through innovation and skills, and to society increasing our knowledge through research and discoveries and increasing social mobility and cohesion. They also go on to say that in a 2011-2012 study, the higher education sector made a substantial contribution to the economic activity and generated over 73 billion of output, both direct and indirect effects. They also generated a significant employment opportunities across the economy, accounting for 2.7 of all UK employment, which has risen from 2.6. So in 5 years' time, education has helped the economy grow, and this was equivalent to 757,268 full-time jobs. So in 2011-2012, the total revenue earned by UK universities amounted to 27.9 billion. And revenue from UK funding council bodies accounts to 30% of all university income. The total revenue from UK public sources amounted to 30.6 billion, or 49% of all income. This will include money from research councils as well as other government departments and agencies. International revenues amounted to nearly 7.5 billion, representing over 20% of all university income, such as fee payments and non-UK students. Universities directly employed 378,250 people, which equates to approximately 319,474 full-time jobs. That's 1% of employment in the UK.
Carrying on from my education, it promotes stability, good governance, and it provides a visible sign of a return to normalcy for children. Teachers that are well trained, motivated, and are able to identify weak learners, and obviously then they can support that through going through education system. And children can have access to quite early childhood programmes to do better in primary schools, which obviously can improve them through later education, such as secondary school, college, and university. Happy?
We are, but we aren't ready here next. If you want to spin around, we've got a few quotes on here. Thought we'd use technology. So one from a good friend of mine, Nelson Mandela. We'll be quick. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. One from another good friend, Benjamin Franklin, which says that an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And finally, from Mr. Forbes, education's purpose is to replace an empty mind with an open one. Just to support what you said.
Right, do you want
No.
to tell us your main findings, please?
So to start off with, we've looked at schools' use of technology. Many schools not actually making a full use of it. They don't have the reliable information or the training to actually implement it, and they've not got the expertise to make decisions. The availability and the quality of the technology is inadequate in most classrooms. And because educators don't get training, they don't feel prepared to use technology to instruct the students and stuff. A national count of computers in public schools shows a ratio of 4 computers to 1 student, so they're not learning great off that, and you can just have one teacher teaching the whole classes together instead of sharing a computer. Further, teachers think that technology will make physical classrooms obsolete in 10 years' time. You've got to question how much you can actually learn if you're just reading off a computer. Those who do it now allow students to use their own technology by bringing their iPad in and using the phones. They're afraid of misuse, distraction, like being allowed on social media. And then what happens if this equipment gets damaged? We get who has to pay for that. And then comments are reinforced by that students are distracted by social media, so like going onto Facebook, Twitter, and then they've got strangers sort of viewing files online. It's a distraction from outside school. You don't want an 8-year-old to be reading stuff like that online.
Right, according to a survey, nearly 90% of teachers believe that digital technology will creating an easily distracted generation with short attention spans. About 60% said it hindered students' ability to write and communicate face to face, and almost half said it hurt critical thinking and their ability to do homework. It's relying heavily on technology. 76% of teachers believe students are being conditioned by the internet to find quick answers, leading to loss of concentration. Because you're just going to forget, you know yourself from experience, that you forget what the question was while you're looking for the actual source. For many, technology has become a catalyst for distraction and off-task behaviour, with students tweeting or browsing through YouTube when they're supposed to be listening to the teacher or doing classwork promotes a lack of focus, like football management and stuff like that. Students who multitask too much develop a tendency toward skimming rather than in-depth reading analysis. This, more than anything, will hurt grades and development of the intellect.
We looked at the health side of it as well. So a physically active adult can help prevent and treat me. That's not even properly right. Basically, why is technology needed to create a positive lifestyle of life to take into adulthood? It should be physical activity that's what's their basis of life, and not teaching people how to be so reliant on technology. There's a report here that says they think 47% of jobs will be taken in the US, but there's an argument for that it could be 100% of jobs. If we just let technology take over our lives. So what's the point in us learning at school using technology if we're not going to benefit from jobs and we can just get a machine to do it? Technology may become a status symbol for students, causing the divide between the have and have-nots to be even greater. So creating a gap of success for riches who can afford the best technology. It's basically who can afford the best technology, they're going to implement it, and people that have just sat there and been taught by the technology, they're not going to benefit from it at all.
Reliance on technology, 75% of teens own social media, which worries psychologists as continuous internet use causes sleep deprivation, anxiety, repetitive stress and grade failures from distraction. You know, people are continuously checking Facebook and Twitter all the time, and that's in class. It says here, 1 to 3 send over 100 texts a day or 3,000 a month. Imagine how much of that is valuable learning time. Information sourced from Daniel Amberg, 2010. Using a poll software, 2 in 4 systems crashed, meaning the limit in technology is visible. Whereas basic communication and asking people face to face, analysing these stats will never crash a human, thus not stalling lessons. You can think of attention as the gateway of thinking without it. other aspects of thinking, namely perception, memory, language, learning, creativity, reasoning, problem solving and decision making are greatly diminished or can't occur at all. And that's from Taylor in 2012. He also states that through continuous technology, use of the brain is rewired and memory capability is lost. So does technology really teach us long-term information or just make us smarter for that?
We looked into grade results as well. We've got a statistical release from the DOE. It's from 2011 and it looks from 1999 until 2011. It shows that grade outcomes for all candidates show that the number of A to C grades at GCSE has declined as much as 2.1 percentage points on the year before. And if you look at, we've got a graph here. It shows a steady decline throughout. Biggest drop since exams were introduced